first of all, to answer that question, it makes sense to tell you what's in the level 3 sports massage course. The course is designed to take someone from like a beginner or no knowledge of sports massage and then take them to a point where they can go straight into practice, okay, as a sports massage practitioner. So that means you can start with no knowledge, and then by the end of the course you'll know enough to work with actual clients. Okay, you don't need to necessarily do any extra training at that point. Obviously we always advise more training, but you can go straight into practice from there. Some of the content that we cover are anatomy and physiology. That's kind of like the bread and butter for a sports massage therapist. And that'll include things like knowing all of the muscles, the joints, ligaments in the body, nerves, where they start, where they end, direction of muscle fibers, what action they produce, and then obviously most importantly how we can assess those muscles and actually treat them as well. So anatomy is a huge component of it. We spend most of the time on the course looking at anatomy in relation to treatment and helping your clients. Okay? It's not a case of just reading a textbook, knowing it in your head. Okay, we show you how to put it into practice. Okay.
So just sorry to sort of put in there because you were in full flow. That was really interesting. So what you're saying is it's not just literally studying the theory all the time. You are putting it into practice. So those people who perhaps enjoy studying but don't want to sit in lectures day upon day, you're relating to practical all the time.
Yeah, well, I would say it's 50-50 between theory and practical, because you have to know a lot in a lot of different areas, okay, because of the complex nature of the body. But the goal of the course is to take that theory and put it in a practical sense, okay, so that you know exactly how to treat, how to assess, diagnose clients. Okay. And that's a good thing of the course, because a lot of courses out there, they're just full of theory, and then you finish the course and you don't know what to do with it. Okay, we do it backwards. So we'll show you what to do, but you'll know the exact reason behind that.
Okay, great. That sounds really good. And do you have anywhere that people can go to and have a look a little bit more about the content, so they want to actually look at how it's structured? Do we have anything on our website that people can have a look at?
Yeah, for a slightly more detailed content breakdown, we can refer you to the Fit Training website, and what we'll do is we'll post a link after this live feed, and then if you click on that link, it'll come up with the course syllabus there. And obviously if there's any further questions you have, you can post as a question or just get in touch with us.
Good.
From there.
Okay, great, thanks Carl. And so just I think the final question then really is to say, and that's obviously the theory, so what's the difference then between the level, oh there's more, there's more, well sorry, okay, so there's more. And are we talking still about the theory for level 3 here?
Yeah, so okay. For level 3, we mentioned anatomy and physiology, okay, but that's only one part of the course. We've also got the principles of health, fitness and exercise. So looking at the relationship of exercise and sports massage, how they fit together, and essentially how you can treat people who exercise. Okay, so we're looking not just at injuries but dysfunction as well. So they're two different things. We also look at the soft tissue itself. Okay, we have different injury mechanisms, so different ways of overloading the muscle via the different training methods. Okay, so you've got lots of tools in your toolbox in how to treat people for different conditions. So we cover all of that as well. We also cover the professional practice of sports massage. So if you're unsure, say, how to deal with a certain client, what to say to them, how to promote yourself in your business, how to set up your couch, how to do the techniques, which oils should you use, which legal forms do you need to use. We cover all of that in the course as well. Start to finish, we'll build you up to a place where you're competent, okay, and able to practice confidently.
That sounds fantastic. Excellent. I think we might have a question actually, Carl, here. Can you read that question? Oh, I might have to put my glasses on to read that.
So, Sarah's just asked a question there of what's exactly included in the course and what topics does the theory cover. Hopefully, Sarah, we just answered that in my previous explanation. But just to give you a quick bullet point rundown, we've got anatomy and physiology, principles of health, fitness and exercise. We cover professional practice for sports massage, principles of soft tissue injury and dysfunction, and obviously a huge component on sports massage treatment as well. So, as Janet previously asked, the difference between the level 3 and the level 4 is not a great deal in terms of the content, but it's the depth that we go into with that content. So a level 3 practitioner, you would be able to go into practice and treat a wide range of clients confidently. With a level 4, that is going to give you an advanced skill set. So we cover a very wide range of more advanced techniques which are not covered on the level 3. We go into more depth on assessment and diagnosis, and we begin to look at specific injuries for regions of the body.
Okay.
So if you work with PT clients, athletes, or you're looking to work with athletes, it'd be perfect, the level 4, to deal with specific injuries. So we do touch on injury slightly in level 3, but it's more focused on posture and dysfunction, whereas level 4, we look at all of the joints, all of the muscles, all the different types of injury, and the healing after injury as well. Okay, so definitely I would recommend both of them together, but to get you started at the level 3 would be sufficient enough.
Yeah, okay, that sounds good. That sounds really good. Thanks very much, Carl. So basically, level 3 gets you started, but what we're finding actually is most of the students that come to us are doing the level 3 and 4 course together to get that package. So again, we'll pop those details in the post after, and we'll also put the link as well for the theory where you can see the actual content of the course. So hopefully you'll find that helpful. So as I say, thank you, Sarah, for that question. That's great. I think we have another one in, or is that a response back?
No, we've got another question from Sarah there. Sarah's asking, as a sports massage therapist, do we have to be referred from a GP if someone has an injury? The answer is no. Okay. With level 3 and level 4, you'll be qualified enough to diagnose a specific injury. Once you've made the diagnosis and you think someone has an injury, if it's within your scope of practice and your skills to treat it with sports massage, then by all means you can treat it. You're legally insured to do so. If it's something outside of your scope of practice, say a client needs a spinal manipulation, you can treat the soft tissue, but you would then need to refer them out to a specialist who deals with that. Okay, so as a sports massage, you have quite a big scope of practice in what you can do, but obviously if it's anything outside of your scope of practice, you need to refer them to the appropriate professional. Which is not always a GP. You might send them to a physio, a chiropractor, an osteopath, a sports medicine doctor, an orthopedic surgeon. or anyone like that. Okay, so it's good to obviously build a network with those people, and you can get lots of referrals to develop your own business as well.
Definitely. And on the course, we'll give you those very clear parameters, don't we, in terms of where you stop and where the other people do begin. So they're quite clear. Your clinical practice is quite an important part
definitely. We'll go through what's covered in the scope of sports massage, and then obviously, as we said before, with additional extra training and more knowledge, that scope becomes a little bit bigger as well.
Great, awesome. Yeah, that was a really good explanation. Sarah, does that answer the question for you? Is that okay? Does that give you enough information? Please sort of post if you want to ask anything else, but thank you for your question and also allowing us to dig in a little bit deeper, because these areas are important. But there's plenty of time to actually discuss as well all the legalities on the course and ask lots of questions. That's really important too, that you have a clear idea of how you can practice when you actually begin as well. So I think that was a thank you there from Sarah. Yes.
Answered Sarah's question.
That's excellent. Okay, thank you very much. So do we have any more questions? Anything else you want to say, Carl, before we wrap up today?
No more questions for today, but if anyone is interested in looking at some of the content that we cover, I've got some of the resources that we reference in the course here that I can show you. So for example, this is a book called Postural Assessment by Jane Johnson, which is specifically designed for sports massage therapists in assessing posture. So we'll teach you all of this on the course on how to assess posture, but if it's something that you're interested in, you can go and have a look or purchase this book, or come on the course and then I'll lend it to you.
Actually, that's an interesting one. We do have lots of resources, and Carl has a lot of his own personal resource as well. So there's lots of books for you to borrow or to dig into, in addition to your study guide as well.
Yep. The next one we've got is a book called Orthopedic Massage by someone called Whitney Lowe. In this book, this is really more for the level 4 course. Touch upon it a little bit in level 3, but what this book's about is massage techniques specifically for certain injuries. Okay, so if someone has torn a muscle, it will give you techniques to treat that. If someone has torn a ligament, it will give you different techniques to treat that. So again, it's a good reference, very experienced author there. So it's got some good stuff in that. This next one, okay, neuromusculoskeletal examination and assessment. So this crosses over a little bit into the sports therapy and the physiotherapy realm in terms of assessment and diagnosis. But what we do is, because we don't need to know it in as much depth as what's promoted in the book, or say a physio would, we take the elements of assessment from here, and then we break that down for sports massage. Okay, so it's a very detailed, in-depth book. We'll relate that to sports massage for you, obviously throughout the course. Okay, this is a book that I reference an awful lot. It's one of my favourite ones.
So that's a favourite one. So that's the neuromuscular examination and assessment, a handbook for the therapist. So that's Carl's recommendation today.
Yeah,
if you want to purchase anything.
It's probably not one that you would purchase first, because you need to start becoming a therapist before you're going to be able to understand it.
Okay, good tip there, thank you.
Lastly, we've got Sports and Exercise Massage by Sandy Fritz. And again, she's a very experienced practitioner